A possible fight of the year contender there between Jack Rafferty and Mark Chamberlain. What a war it was. But I think it was the wrong decision there. I really do think they got the wrong decision. I'm not mad at a draw. I'm not here to really complain and go in on the result. But because it was such a great fight, and I'm really excited to see a rematch between the two, see possible adjustments that get made. But reality is, I scored that fight 116 to 112 to Mark Chamberlain. So pretty convincing to Mark Chamberlain, to be honest. I feel like he won the fight because Rafferty was just walking into his shots. And I really liked the work from Mark Chamberlain off that back foot. I really did. I feel like he was very good at timing Jack Rafferty onto that backhand when Rafferty came in. And I feel like it just showed Mark Chamberlain was very good at using that southpaw advantage to his favour tonight. He was very good at that. I think he was circling around Jack Rafferty very, very well. Moving to the right very nicely, but also mixing some good solid movement to the left-hand side as well, mixing it up very well. And I feel like we saw some good shot variety from Mark Chamberlain, good volume, the stats show as well. Mark Chamberlain threw way more punches than what Rafferty did. He was much more busy and he landed much more than what Jack Rafferty did as well. And I feel like Chamberlain was just able to do enough. I feel like Chamberlain dug deep when he had to. Those last two rounds, round 11 and 12, were fantastic. And I feel like, at least for some people, should have won Chamberlain the fight. I had Chamberlain ahead at that point anyway, though, to be honest with you. I thought Chamberlain was a convincing winner. Get his shots in, plant his feet, and move out. Circle round, he'd plant his feet well when he was on the back foot, throw his shots, then just move out, try and create a new angle, go somewhere else, be confusing with his footwork, even though it really did look like Mark Chamberlain was really tired in that fight. He dug deep, and I feel like he did enough. Rafferty just wasn't busy, and even when Rafferty was coming in and trying to land some decent work of his own, which Rafferty was able to do, he got some good success. He landed some good bloody shots of his own and, really marked up the face of Mark Chamberlain. But when Rafferty was getting success, he was walking into some shots of Chamberlain himself, and Chamberlain was very good at catching Rafferty on the way out. Rafferty came into the body well, but Mark Chamberlain would either come in with a nice double jab, catching Rafferty when he came out, or just catch him coming out with a good, decent, fairly flush backhand. And yeah, again, as I said, it was that southpaw left hand of Mark Chamberlain that was causing Rafferty a lot of problems in that fight. It was causing him a lot of problems. Rafferty didn't like the backhand of Mark Chamberlain at all. Didn't like that left hand. I think the body work of Rafferty was very good tonight. It always is from Jack Rafferty. But as I said again, about 90% of the time after Rafferty did get those body shots in on Mark Chamberlain, even though Chamberlain was hurt and affected off them, Chamberlain was always able to catch him on the way out, and that was what was able to win Chamberlain the exchanges. Even if Rafferty started the exchanges, about 90% of the time, Chamberlain was always able to end those exchanges and finish those exchanges, getting the last laugh in them. And that was something that was able to win Chamberlain the fight. But again, a lot of the time, Chamberlain was just throwing in combinations very, very well, mixing it up from body to head, and came forward well, circled out after he got his shots and then planted his feet. I feel like it was a very smart game from Mark Chamberlain tonight. And I feel like moving up in weight has 100% helped him, definitely. I thought his punch resistance was very good tonight. And again, he did say in the build-up he wasn't just going to, box around and be hesitant of the pressure of Jack Rafferty. At times, Chamberlain wanted to fight fire with fire, but was smart about it. Again, as I said, he planted his feet well and was happy to exchange with Rafferty, but he'd move off well, always try and work different kind of angles, and just that constant circling of Mark Chamberlain was very effective. Circle round, plant his feet, throw some good shots. He just let Rafferty come to him, and was just happy to catch Rafferty walking into shots. Rafferty just didn't have the defense tonight, in my opinion. Rafferty did take some shots on the gloves, but he was taking a bit too many shots coming in my opinion, to win that fight. I feel like the commentary, and especially Carl Frampton, was very biased in Jack Rafferty's favour. It was very biased in Rafferty's favour. I don't think the commentary gave Mark Chamberlain enough credit throughout the fight. I really don't. They were just mostly looking at that forward pressure of Jack Rafferty. Didn't say enough about how well Chamberlain was boxing off that back foot. And I feel like that might have swayed some of the audience who were watching into thinking, yeah, it might have been a draw. But I really don't think it was a draw. I'm not moaning about the draw, because we got to see that fight again 100%. It was an absolute barnstormer of a fight. Fantastic fight. But Chamberlain was able to do that bit more. And Chamberlain was very good at being able to end round strong. He was good at being able to start round strong. Again, Rafferty was able to come in well. Rafferty got some great success, and Rafferty showed that he was dangerous. But again, I just feel like it was a bit basic for Mark Chamberlain. When he was coming at him just in a straight line constantly, and that made it easier for Mark Chamberlain to circle round. It was a smart game. It was a very smart game from Mark Chamberlain. And yeah, I really do think it was the wrong decision. I really do. But we're going to see the rematch. I'm looking forward to see how both guys adjust to that. But yeah, that was the wrong decision. I thought Chamberlain won 116 to 112. But great fight of the year, possibly. Thanks for watching.